And now an axe will come out. I mean, this is just crazy, this draft. Khan throwing out the axe. Works very well up against the Chen. Again, you have some great wave clear with the axe, especially if you can get that call off on all those neutrals. Chen hates going up against axe. It's still kind of questionable.
10 seconds remaining.
It is a way to hold them in place, though. Like, it seems like what Khan's up to here is they're making it very, very hard for Godsent to try and team fight. By the time the axe is going to blink up, if the Phoenix throws out the egg, obviously Godsent is going to want to aim that egg down, but you've always got to be worried about this axe who can blink call you and just make it so not only do you not get the egg, but you take the stun afterwards. Godsent, they do respond with a Darkseer, which is a nice direct counter towards that axe. You can just keep switching lanes until the Darkseer is versing the axe, and you can make it a little bit harder for him to try and sustain in the lane with Iron Shell spam. But if Axe gets lucky with the spins, with counter Helix, he doesn't care. So both sides picking up some very interesting drafts. I think the Darkseer, though, does work very well with the Clockwork, to be fair. Just being able to throw the Iron Shell on the Clockwork, and then the Clock can go roam around, get a hook shot, and almost guarantee a kill onto a support. Just with Battery Assault and Iron Shell. It's a nice combination from Godsent. Still, I'm going to say it does feel like the draft is just falling a little bit flat here. There's not really much damage going on with Godsent right now.
Dire team ban.
Like, you could get these amazing combinations with a Dream or a Vacuum into a massive Dream Call, into a wall, into a Cogs to push him back. But where's the damage after that? Sure, the puck could get a Deso and start, going to that right-click style puck, which we've seen so often now. But I don't know if he'll have it fast enough. So we do see the final bands Jug AM, and now the Medusa. Okay, this makes more sense to me now. So the Vac into the Dream Coil, into a Stone Gaze from Medusa, and she can just right-click every single person down. It's going to make these team fights a lot harder for Khan, that's for sure. The only problem I have, though, is Medusa does take a while to get online. Yes, she can flash farm the jungle, there's no doubt about that. But are Khan going to give her a chance to do that? Like, you're up against a Leshrac Phoenix Axe and a Treant Protector, all of which love roaming through the opposing team's jungle. Khan, 20 seconds left. We'll see what they pick up. They still are lacking a safe lane carry. Honestly, the Troll's available. I think you just go Troll if you're Khan. Oh, they'll go for the Void. Fair enough. Still works very well. Obviously, the Chrono, very, very effective up against the puck. Makes the Medusa's life very hard as well. And I imagine that we'll probably see this Void going for a Diffusal Blade. It's Diffusal, Void up against Medusa. It just makes your life that much easier to just burst her down and get rid of all that mana pool she has. Especially considering her mana pool really isn't that high to begin with. So if you can get a quick Diffusal up and just start aiming the Medusa every single time you have Chrono available, then it could be very effective. As I'm sure you guys can also see, there's quite a bit of lag on the stream right now.
10 seconds remaining.
Not really sure why.
5 seconds remaining.
I'm having it looked at. I know I said before, I may have jinxed us. I know I said before we should have a good day, and oh, I hope this doesn't keep up too long. I've got someone looking into it as we speak. Alright, I'm gonna have to restart the, not the BTS stream, but I'm gonna have to restart this feed to try and get rid of this lag, because it's... Oh, wait a minute.
Prepare for
Is it
battle.
fixed?
Game of some sort. A game of some sort.
Alright, it's fixed. Fantastic. Never mind, I'm not doing anything. No, apparently it's not really fixed. The pause, there was a bit of stutter there. Well, wait a minute, we'll see what happens. If it doesn't fix itself after this pause is over, then I'll restart the feed. In fact, while we're paused, I may as well just do it right now. Because, you know, nothing's What the hell is that? What a position the Leshrak's in. Just levitate. You know, I gotta give props to the cameraman. I mean, he really knows what to look at. Always gives me a good laugh. I was even saying yesterday, I haven't laughed that hard during a cast. Like, it was just absolutely hilarious yesterday. Anyway, I'll be right back. I'm gonna restart the feed. Don't panic. You can still listen to my voice as you see that still screen there. Nobody panic. Put the pitchforks away. Okay.
What is this? A game of some sort?
I think we... Okay, I don't think we fixed it. Well, I guess I'll just let the dudes look into it, as it looks like the stuttering may have just stopped. Anyway, we've got a game to cast. Stutter or no stutter. And so they are putting the axe up at the top lane with this Phoenix. Now, I do love this lane. It's hellish to go up against. If you've ever had to verse an Axe Phoenix lane, which was quite popular a couple years back, basically what it is you throw a Battle Hunger on the support, the Phoenix throws his Fire Spirits at that support with the Battle Hunger, and they just melt. They just can't get close to harass this Axe out of the lane. And so this Chen is probably going to find himself mostly sitting in the jungle,
30
and
seconds.
the Medusa is probably going to have to just farm up the lane by herself.
What is this? A game of some sort?
The Boogie already saying hello to the Void, giving him a little bit of Iron Shell damage.
The battle begins.
And it seems like there will be a 2-for-2 trade on bounties. No fight at the top or bot lane. Both teams really just satisfied to just claim those bounties and back off. So, mid lane, we'll see the puck up against the Lesh. It doesn't really favor either person. It's more of a free, just a farm trading lane here between these two. Of course, the puck does have a very high base damage, which can make it so she can get ahead in terms of CS early on. The likelihood is, though, as you get those levels up on the Leshrak, he won't really struggle too much. Meanwhile, the bot lane, as you can see, double Iron Shell spam coming out. The Void can, of course, time walk it off, but as the levels go up on Boogie, this is going to get a lot more frustrating. You've also got to consider the fact that Battery Assault and Cogs is going to hold you in if you do use time walk too early, so this Void is going to have to be very cautious about that. As top lane, they are actually running a trial lane. They'll actually go into Era very early on. This shouldn't really lead to a kill, but now with the Battle Hunger, they may have the damage output. The slow is going to be enough, and they will find it. Your Mitch, he'll be the one to find the first blood. And that's kind of what we talked about a minute ago, but instead of going for the support, with a Medusa with no mana shield, you could definitely just kill her. It's not very hard. She has a very small HP pool. So a great start for Khan. Oh, mid. Going pretty well for the puck so far, so Wish having a good old time. Of course, Wish did have a great day yesterday on the on his puck, making a lot of work happen. As top lane, they do lose Puba. There's a rotation there from CTO on the clock, making sure he found that tree and punished for this tri-lane. It's going to be a question of whether Godsent just keep this tri-lane up. Something tells me they probably will, because Era can't afford to keep dying the way he did. And so instead, now Khan, they switch it up. Puba will go down to the bot lane, start harassing our Boogie for this greedy pull. And Boogie, he's actually going to go for the double pull, it looks like. Might be a little greedy against the Treant Protector, though. That man hits like a truck. It's top lane. Axe having a little bit of a rough time here. Okay, see, you're not really just letting him farm. Now Battery Assault will come out. This could just be an easy kill. The Battery Assault may be enough. The Axe still ticking out. It is only a level 1 Battery Assault, and he didn't actually go for Cogs at level 2. So CTO, he actually prioritized going for Rocket first, which, I mean, he may have skilled that because he needed it up against the tree and we didn't quite see. But that's certainly not how you want to build the Clockwork. Like, level 1 Cogs is such value this early on. It's Puba now. Going to be having a rough time up against Boogie. Things have started to slow down just a little bit up this top lane. As I say that though, Era is getting dived on now by this Axe still. Has the mana shield available, so can tank a lot of damage. And CTO, he's going to roam in. Again, doesn't have Cogs available, so I don't really know if he can do much here, but he does find your Mitch. Now the Axe being forced to get the hell out. Nice little rotation from the clock. OKC was actually the one to pick up the kill on the Chen. Still a great kill as Boogie now falling very, very low. He should really die here. Puba go through the tree line. Boogie understands he is just going to die. We'll just drag out as much time as possible from Puba. Meanwhile, Wish actually loses his life to KG on the Leshrac, and now a pause comes out. Mid-hit. Yeah, that would make 2 of us. A lot of packet loss going on right now. So the Darkseid's dead. Wish we could kind of have a look at that Darkseid, just see what the animation looks like right now. It is a 2 for 2 though. 1k net, or less than 1k net worth lead to the side of Khan. Things going swimmingly. Of course, Godsent, like I mentioned in the draft stage, they're looking for around that 10-minute mark before they start to get aggressive with this draft. Always found Void very scary during these pauses. Like, why does his mouth still move? We can see Boogie is certainly dead. Yep. Yes, he has a lot of attack. That's for sure. Uber will go get the kill. And so this does open up the lane now for this Void to farm a lot more comfortably. Interestingly enough, he is going for what appears to be Battle Fury on the Void. I can't say I agree with that, to be honest with you. Like, Battle Fury is very strong in this meta right now, just due to the recent buffs that it did receive. But as I say, that CTO going to be chased down. KG going to find another... Oh, actually, nice deny on the neutrals. CTO barely finding his way to that camp, and I believe it was actually the Pulse Nova that activated the neutrals to just wake up. Bit of a shame there, but CTO denying himself off. Still, what I was trying to talk about is this Battle Fury build on Void up against Dusa. It just feels kind of counterintuitive. Like, Era wants time to farm. If you buy a Battle Fury, it usually indicates you also want to buy time to farm. because Battle Fury on its own is not like that great. Obviously, it's a very good farming item. But I really did think that the Void would just go into a Diffusal and then just start getting aggressive with Chrono. See how it pans out, though. I mean, it's not like he's lost the game because of that item build or anything. It's just means that they're willing to drag out the game longer than it would have to drag out. If you look at those last hits, the last hit board, I mean, the Void is doing very well. 44 and 12. Comparison to the 32 and 11 of Era. Thing is, again though, Era has a flash farming hero. Like, Medusa does farm very, very quick. You could only guess how many stacks OKC has probably made at this point for this Dusa.
Dire's middle tower is under
I mean, you'd hope it's a lot for Godsent's sake. Well, it looks like Khan, or rather Yamich, is also getting some nice stacks off for his team.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I believe that'll be for the Axe, though. He has had a rough lane. Rather give it to the Axe and ensure he can get a quick blink off, or whatever he wants. Whether it be a Pipe Crimson. I think there is value in having an early blink here for the Axe, though, considering that they probably will get early on the side of get aggressive early on the side of Godsent. You can already see they're starting to just move aggressively through the Radiant jungle.
Radiant's middle tower.
So we do have another pause coming out. This time around, Wish actually disconnects. We'll have a reconnection once again. Now they will try and jump the Axe top lane. CTO moving forward. He does find him, but now the call comes out. He does have the Phoenix there to help. And well, they are going to go after the Chen. So a bit of an aggressive move here from Godsent. Going to be punished. They kind of go in and then just back out again. Like,
Radiant's top
maybe
tower
a bit of
is under
miscommunication there. But if you're going to dive past the T1 tower, you need to go all in. Like, Era just backed off. He went to the jungle. CTO got called and the Chen just said, screw this, I don't want to be part of this anymore. Interesting play though from Godsent.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And the Void jumping in, nice little chrono. That'll be the first one of the game, but he has KG there as well. With that KJ, they're going to find a very easy kill. And well, meanwhile, top lane, the Axe, looks like he got caught out by CTO initially and tried to run in and do some damage before he died. Era will pick up the kill though. Yes, you definitely misjudged. At 5-3. Khan still having that slight net worth lead of less than 1k. Godsent. Seen a few questionable plays so far. Bot lane, there may be a bit of action going on as Boogie is quite deep in that lane. Are they going to make a play? They don't have Chrono, they miss the Vines. That'll be the end of that. They'll just go back to farming. Net worth graph is now up and Era is currently up there. 4.2k just about on that Dusa. That's going to start escalating quite fast.
Are scanning.
Of course, one of the beautiful things about the Medusa, apart from the fact that she farms so quickly in the jungle, is with all these neutral items being available now, and some of them being stupidly overpowered, having a Medusa there that's just continuously finding items for your team really helps to start allowing your team to get aggressive, because some of those items are worth around, even those tier 1 items, you could make the argument they're worth around, maybe 700-800 gold. And although it doesn't show the net worth advantage that you do gain from those neutral items, it definitely is there as mid lane. They're going to make a jump onto KJ, but he's going to be perfectly fine. Not even sure what the point of that Dream Core committal was. OKC, he was way too far away. Perhaps just trying to force the Leshrac out of the lane and make it so Wish can farm a bit easier on that puck. As we'll see, Era now just taking a hell of a lot of stacks for his team.
Radiant's bottom tower is
You're
under
going to
attack.
find Puba, but doesn't want to borrow that. We'll just surge away. Mid lane. Could be an engagement going on. Puba. Not level 6 yet, so he really doesn't want to fight right now without overgrowth. He may get caught out though. He goes back into the mid lane to try and defend. He'll fortify the creeps.
Tower is under attack.
Puba will actually just get away with farming that mid lane for free.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Regeneration.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Phoenix doing a great job of stacking quite a lot. Your Mitch. It's really going to help his team out. Like,
Top tower.
it's these little kind of plays that supports can make that just
Radiant's bottom
assist the
tower
team in
is
just
under
winning
attack.
outright. Like this early on, if you can get a 1k advantage, or even just a 1-2k advantage, it makes it so much easier in these team fights.
Dire's top tower is
You can
under
already see
attack.
your Mitch, just by stacking those creeps up, he's almost got a Spirit Vessel up. He
Radiant's
hasn't
bottom
farmed
tower
much at all
is
on the
being
Phoenix, but
denied.
just even the passive gold he's getting. Top lane, Chrono comes out with the egg. They'll lose the axe, but they should find another 2 in his place. The clock does not cop the stun from the Phoenix egg, but it may not matter as the Icarus dive and Urn are there. And he should eventually just tick out to this Fire Spirit damage. He doesn't, but the Urn will take care of it. And with that kill, he does have now the Spirit Vessel. Meanwhile, KJ, who's been farming up very well, does have Boots of Travel up on the Leshrac. And that'll start the aggression off, I believe, for Khan. When you got those BOTs up, you could just be so global with this Leshrac, and he just doesn't need items to be effective. Okay, so yeah, he's really struggling on this Chen.
Dire's top tower
Got a
is under
headdress,
attack.
got a chainmail. Like any good support, doesn't have brown boots.
Radiant's
Does have the
middle
full
tower
mech up.
is under attack.
So not struggling quite as much as I thought he was. Oh, nice hook shot onto the void. He got a little bit greedy time walking like that. And he'll have time walk in a second, but he does end up going down. It's one of the things about void. You can't time walk just to get a rune like that. Like, I mean, you want to beat the opposing heroes into getting that rune. But is it really that worth it if you don't have time walk available up against the puck who can just dream call
Radiant's
silence you
middle tower
afterwards?
is under attack.
Not really. Learn the hard way. Godsent now. Still kind of waiting for this aggression to start. I mean, they've got this Chen lineup, but it seems like they're going to wait out Era's farm on the Medusa. Make sure they secure that top bounty at least. Look at this axe now. He went for the Hood of Defiance first, but he is going to have that Blink Dagger up very, very soon. Once that blinks up, I imagine the aggression will begin for Khan, though we do see a blink now coming out on Wish. So the puck does have a bit more mobility available to him. Do have that Battle Fury up on the Void now. But his farm should escalate quite a bit. Top lane, there is something going on, but we can't see it right now. It looks like the Chen is going to die just based off the health bars I can see. KJ will pick up a nice easy kill for himself. Took 3 heroes, but nothing wrong with that. Farm game continues between these two. Top lane though, KJ wants to get aggressive here on Boogie. Boogie just perfectly safe. Gonna be alright.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Regeneration.
Here on bot lane, they've jumped on the Treant. Cuba, is he really going to overgrowth here? He is going to overgrowth. The TP rotations are coming in, but it may be too late though. Chrono is not. It is out, but he didn't get the Deucer. Oh, goodness. They'll find the clock. That's a real shame. I know why he didn't get the Chrono off in time. Like, he did get battery assaulted, so that mini stun did stop him. But it looks like they may have found Era. They have the axe. He gets the call off, and Era going to be chased down now by KJ. A lot of rotations coming in. Godsent, they drop the wall now. They want to try and turn this one around. Era, he walks out of there alive. But now the call and the dunk coming out. And Era, you need to get the hell out of there.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
This is without Phoenix Egg being available. As Wish trying to find the axe. They are going to turn around now. Spirit Vessel being placed on the puck. He can't blink away and the call comes in again. It's going to be such an easy dunk.
Good day, sir. Axe could make another axe.
And with that, an 11-6 3k net worth lead now for Khan. Great plays there from the axe, understanding how powerful that call is.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Era. He saw just how fast his HP can go down. That's another thing with the Phoenix though. You have so much dot damage that you can put on that Medusa and she won't realize how fast her mana pool's getting drained. Like, just Fire Spirits, Spirit Vessel, and the Sun Ray really does melt any hero, let alone a Medusa with no real magical defense. So it's going to really be Mitch's job to ensure he keeps landing all those abilities on Era every single time. Just making sure
Radiant are scanning.
he doesn't ever feel comfortable in these team fights. CTO now going to show himself bot lane. Mitch is there if he really wants to make a dive. Mitch will need a bit of support, I think, though. Might go for it. Fire Spirits are there. Doesn't really land any though. And he's going to go for a TP away, but the hook is there. CTO just cancelling it. Neither hero has a support, or rather any heroes available to help them out. So there's no chance of killing each other. They're just asserting their dominance, just not allowing the other to TP away. Not allowing the other to feel comfortable. They can't, they just smoke up. They have egg. Why the hell not? Just start going. Rocket will not spot out the smoke, of course. Do they go on the puck? They do. He jaunts in with that orb, and it's just such an easy kill to go for, and they'll pick it up now. Zira is still trying to farm up on this Deucer.
Is under attack.
Surprisingly enough, the Void has kept up in terms of net worth with Era. BKB coming out on the Void as well, so that's going to make it very, very hard for these team fights to go on for the Dire side, especially considering they're going to want a team fight right now, but they're going into a 10-second charge. Still, as you can see, the Darkseid does have all his abilities up, so he can drop the wall back, and he does. It's huge, but there's an egg straight off the bat, and they can't follow up. It was a lot of damage from that vac wall, but there was just nobody else there. No Clockwork Hook, no Stone Gaze. No Dream Call, of course, because the puck was dead. He does at least stop the Roshan, though. As, again, the Leshrac has this very strange pose. The cameraman seems to always know when he's standing like this. What even is that underneath the Leshrac? Like, what is that? I don't... Leshrac's always been one of those weird heroes. A very strange pony. I don't know how long we're gonna have to stare at this this Leshrac for, but alright, we're back into it. So Roshan, less than half HP right now. They do still have Chrono up. Only thing is they don't have the egg. But I think the Chrono will be enough because you also don't have the wall available on Godsent's side. Sending a Chen creep, it gets destroyed immediately. Rockets to scout out more. They know they have to fight into this Chrono, but the longer they wait, the more time they're giving for Egg to be back up. Well, Era gets jumped on. Nice lucky bash going straight away. And Chrono being committed. They're jumping on Era now with the Sunray, but the silence is going to be there in time. Era is losing a lot of his mana pool, but he does get the Stone Gaze off. Meanwhile, in the back, a nice Dream Call, making sure OKC does go down anyway, though. And now CTO on the clock goes down. Puba finds Era on the Deucer. And Kana just running over the side of Godsent. As they're looking for even more while this Roshan's going on. They want to ensure that this puck does not try and jump into this pit and steal the Aegis. And so Wish gets out, gets back to farming and split pushing the bot lane.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Khan, they'll basically do the same thing, except they're going to find a tier 2.
Dire's top tower is
This
under
net worth lead, though, that Khan's developed now. 6k their way, looking very, very good. Make it 7.
top tower has fallen.
With that Aegis, they're going to be roaming around the map very confidently. As Godsent, probably just going to have to tuck their tails between their legs and just hide for a bit. This game is not getting any easier for them.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They may find Wish. Wish is going to run into Yamish and Sunray to start. He can't blink away now. He will just use the silence to get away anyway. There'll be no follow-up. Era, looks like he's found the Void, but we're looking at Darkseid for some reason. Boogie just running around doing nothing but farming. Mid lane, KJ. Gonna be pushing in the mid tier 2.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, cool. Gonna be dodged there with the phase shift. A very nice dodge. That all-out wish to get out, but Puba is still chasing on the Treant. Overgrowth? No, he thought about it, but he doesn't quite throw it out. Again, everyone's just going to be okay to farm. Though now you have a double damage bottled up and a Chrono available. You still, I believe he still has a 10-second BKB charge as well. And with the Aegis there, there's no reason for them to not be pushing a lane. But they are so far ahead. I don't think the side of Godsent could even think about contesting them
Dire's bottom tower
if
is
they were
under
pushing a
attack.
tier 2, and it looks like they're going to choose to push in that bot tier 2 for now.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
A tithe to the impurities.
Radiant are scanning.
Things are remaining slow on this map. Godsent, in fact, are the ones trying to get forward and trying to find some pickoffs. Now Era.
Bottom tower is under
Got a
attack.
Demon Edge up, which does tell me a Divine Rapier is coming. I like this build from Era. I think it's worthwhile going for Divine Rapier. Like, it's... You already know you're behind. You already know it's going to be a bit of a struggle. You may as well just take the risk.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I don't even think the Divine's going to be enough, to be honest with you. Like, they'd have to still get a perfect Dream Call, a perfect Vac Wall, and then maybe we can talk about the damage coming out from this Deucer. But even with the Divine, I don't think it's enough. Like, if Era gets chronoed, he can just get bursted so easily by this Void. Now, jump in, the Axe, he does get the call off. Hookshot is blocked by the Chen creep. Wall's been dropped, but now the Egg is there as well. They can't follow up. Era's already down on the Deucer. They'll go after CT on the clock now. He's trying to run away, but he gets bashed a mile away. And with that, I mean, the only person to go down was Era. He does buy back, and they'll find the Aegis on the Void. They still have Stone Gaze available if they wish to pursue this team fight. It looks like Khan, after losing the Aegis, say that's enough for us. We'll back out of here. We already got that tier 3. And it's just surgical play here from Khan, who now also have a butterfly up on this Void. So perhaps that Divine Rapier is going to be even greater value now. As bot lane, we are seeing a jump onto who knows who. It is going to be Boogie, who does go down.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And with Boogie going down, they're going to feel confident enough to go for that bot Rax. Jules is there. They caught out OKC. He was way too far forward. Now they get the call off again onto Era. He'll be alright though. The Blade Mail not really doing too much with that mana pool. Now they will jump onto the Lesh. He's still alive somehow though. He's going to survive with the Essence Ring. Now turning it around. It's a massive overgrowth to hold everyone in place as they do lose Boogie once again. Era is down. It's a dieback and they've called the GG. They've had enough of this game. And I believe Godsent, They had a concept they wanted to run with this Chen. Once they saw the picks coming out from Khan though, the counter picks that were being made, they decided to go for a bit more of a greedy draft and go with the Medusa, which doesn't really fit the Chen lineup. And unfortunately, it's meant that Khan essentially just run over them. I mean, it's a 21-7 with a 16k net worth lead, sub 30 minutes in. I wouldn't say it's a stomp, but it was a very dominant victory here from Khan. I suppose we'll see what happens in game 2. But I think Godsent have to stick with their own ideas, because at some point during the draft it was getting kind of obvious that they were only just trying to counter what Khan were picking. And Khan were just picking some ridiculous things, right? Like, they went with a Leshrac Treant, which was okay. Then they pick up an Axe, which was like a bit weird. Now they've gone for then they went for a Phoenix pickup, which was even weirder. And they finished it off with a Void. But they still ended up dominating the game like it was nothing. And I just believe it was due to the fact that Godsent really didn't stick with their own ideas with their draft and tried to counter what Khan were up to. Anyway, it is MLP Dota. Hopefully we won't have to wait too long for that secondary game. And of course, this is a best of 3 upper bracket finals. Winner will qualify straight to the Arena of Blood tournament that is coming. Loser will go down to the lower bracket. And I believe we will see that match later on. Still though, second game will be coming up. We'll see you all again very, very soon.